Look, I'm genuinely so annoyed and tired because I just spent like a whole fucking 30 minutes recording and filming a video on my computer just to realize, one, it had no audio, and two, Microsoft is charging me like fucking $100 a year to fucking make a new video for YouTube. So I'm recording on my phone now. Low cortisol. Hopefully it all goes well. Look, I was having a conversation with bro earlier today, and I realized, holy shit, it's just like not normal to be studying 6 to 7 hours a day. Alright, don't get too excited. Which, has been making me miserable the entire past year. Or like, just to even keep up with some of the other students in my class, who, by the way, like, my biology class alone, 15-hour PSATs that some students are perfecting because, I go to a really prestigious school, the University of Chicago, where this biology sequence is like for only kids who could get 5s in their APs or equivalent. And it's got students from China, Argentina, fucking Serbia, Switzerland, Saudi Arabia, Korea, the whole lot. And I have to sit here and I have to compete with these students, bro, perfecting their PSATs and spending so much time on it, doing it. And by the way, this college only has like 10-week quarters, or trimesters really, but they call it quarters, which is meant to be the equivalent of a 16-week semester. So the content rushes at you quickly and whatnot. And like, I was speaking with bro, and like, spending all this time in the library is just not normal. Which, by the way, I'm gonna go back and dive into like the way this university works. The ideal Friday and Saturday night for my roommate and some of his friends are to literally sit in a dorm room on a fucking, as I said, Friday or Saturday night and read through the biology textbook or do econ practice problems. My biology class, some of the best biology students in the world, 15 hours a week perfecting their PSAT, because if they have a minus next to their A on their transcripts, they get a fucking heart attack. They get sent into a coma. And this is the shit I have to compete with, bro. And I have zero extracurriculars, not in a frat, not in a club or whatever, bro. My only extracurricular is going to the gym and tracking my calories. Here I am, spending like 8 hours a day studying, doing practice problems, the whole lot. Taking notes on my classes and stuff. And I speak to a kid who goes to a different college, and I look at these day in the life videos, and that's just like not the same vibe at other colleges, bro. All my friends in Mizzou, bro, fucking spend their day fucking smoking weed with the rest of the frat. I look at some of these day in the life videos of like a frat student pushes this girl out of bed at like 11 a.m., plays Fortnite till like fucking 1 p.m., goes to class because it's like the one day of the week he decides not to skip class. Maybe does 1 hour of homework afterwards and spends the rest of the day getting drunk and partying with other girls, bro. Or like, look at these other day in the life videos. Kids have enough time to fucking go to the thrift store or play their video game on their PlayStation 5. Like, I just don't have that time. Like, it wasn't even worth bringing a console to my fucking school or a PC or whatever to play video games on, because I just don't have that time. Even to keep up with some of these other kids, like some of these kids, bro. I have this kid, fucking Peter, in my class, bro. The last day before the exam, the last office hour ever for the sequence. And this is for kids who specifically have zero clue what's going on in the class, because it's a biology class, but for some reason there's linear algebra and differential equations. And I can't even answer a single question correctly on this practice exam, and this dude's coming to the fucking last office hours ever to ask about in-depth theory that everybody knows is not going to be on the test, and it's taking up the TA's time, and it's making everybody else, worse off because we don't have time to answer our own basic questions for this dude's really in-depth theory question. It's basically getting us all worse grades just so the curve can be a little bit kinder, because even the thought of it being on this dude's fucking transcript will send him into a coma, as I've mentioned before. I look to him and I tell him, look, bro, there's no way that ends up on the test. And he turns to me and says, well, I'm actually here to learn. Motherfucker, dude. Of all the people, I'm the one who cares the least about his grades, because I've gotten the low on half the P-sets, and if not, I've been lower quartile. And I know the thought of a B on your transcript will literally give this man a heart attack. He'll be sent to the hospital and in there for 5 days if he even thinks about a B being on his transcript. And this office hours is also clearly for people like me who just genuinely have jack shit knowledge on what's going on in the class and need a little bit of a savior, so maybe I don't get a C on the final grade in this class, so I can kind of like, you know, apply to places after college. I was so livid. I wanted to punch this dude. Regardless, people are so competitive over grades, they'll try and sabotage your own by taking up the TA's time, or not fully answering questions, or spending their Friday or Saturday nights not, you know, taking advantage of the fact that they're still young and have very few responsibilities, and instead try and get ahead in the future, which I can go on to in a little bit. But yeah, people studying on these Friday and Saturday nights, competing over grades, spending every waking hour in the library, which, by the way, I had to do on every day that wasn't Friday, Saturday, or Sunday. And I was still behind these motherfuckers because they spend Friday and Saturday and Sunday instead of actually having a little bit of fun. Again, studying. I guess studying is fun for these people. And I look at people who go to, like, Mizzou, like some of my friends, or like local colleges, and they, like, you know, they go to class, like, they can just skip class and still be completely caught up, bro. If I skip class, it's like an extra 3 hours of studying, bro. I'll be studying till 1 a.m. and enjoy their lives and do running or do drinking or whatever they want to do. And I'm sitting here at the University of Chicago, like, in the library. Like, I have, like, the Arsenal versus fucking PSG game on in the background, because I don't know how to describe it, bro. I watch these day in the life videos. People have time to go to the thrift store, play video games and whatnot. I just don't have that time, and I wish that I did, bro. In high school, I studied my ass off, and I was still balanced enough. Like, I was work hard, play hard. No relaxation time, by the way. No time to just sit there and rest and think. And, you know, I spent a lot of time, like, on these IB tests, which, by the way, didn't matter because I was already into the University of Chicago. IB tests give you 0 credits at UChicago. 0. Like, I completed my language competency, and that was it with the IB tests. And I probably got the highest score in my entire class. So I'm studying my ass off for these tests that genuinely mean nothing. And I'm still doing I'm still the type of kid to do the bare minimum to keep good grades at this school. I just wish, because I think in life you need a bit of balance. Like, of course you want to get ahead in life, but the problem I have with some of these red pill creators like Andrew Tate, or like these other kids in my class at the University of Chicago, is, like, yeah, you want to get ahead of life, but you also want to have a little bit of balance and be able to enjoy the fact that you're 19 years old and have, you know, no bills to pay, no mouths to feed, no wives to please. You have no responsibilities, but you have complete freedom. So maybe enjoy yourself a little bit, bro. Go out on that Friday and Saturday night and be degenerate. But I have to compete with these people for grades, and it's just like, It's just like the shit that sends you down a hole. By the way, University of Chicago has like 1 or 2 people that kill themselves every year, and you sit there, I don't even wonder why, bro. It like makes complete sense, bro. Like again, as I say, I'm getting the low on all these P-sets and whatnot, and I'm using ChatGPT as much as I can. I'm fucking only spending 7 hours a day in the library, whereas other people are spending like their entire 14 hours in the day that they're awake in the fucking library, bro. And the other 10 hours they're eating or sleeping or something, or shitting on the toilet. Dude, it like I'm trying to have, like, a little bit of balance in my life. Because, look, so what if you worked a little harder when you were younger and end up with, like, an extra 100 or 200K when you're 6 years old? Like, I'm sick and tired of, like, working really hard in high school just so I can get into a difficult college and work really hard in college and then get into a good grad program and work really hard in graduate school and get a really good job and work really hard for that job until I'm 68 years old. And yeah, maybe I'll be way richer than my counterpart who worked a little less hard, but what the fuck am I going to do with all that extra money? I'm fucking 67 years old when I retire. How am I supposed to have the same fun and the same memories that counterpart formed when they were 19 years old, hooking up with random Australian girls in the nightclub? Like, it's just so important to have a little bit of balance in your life, bro. And I'm sick and tired of studying all this just to be getting the low on the MIP set, bro. You can maybe tell by how baggy my eyes are. Like, I'm just exhausted from this, bro. And I've been off of school for like 3 months, dude, and it's just making me regret every decision I've made in my life. Genuinely. I'm still so annoyed. I had way better rants in my earlier videos, which is part of the reason why I'm tired, but the audio didn't get recorded. It was like 30 minutes of rant. I only have 12 minutes. Fuck. I don't know. Just like, when you're thinking about choosing your college, if there's people who are like high schoolers watching this video, I assume a lot of the people, like my 2 subscribers, you know, are probably watching this video as college students already, but maybe looking for comfort or whatever. Look, yeah, you're choosing your college based on where it can get you in the future after your 4 years, but you're also going to spend 4 really important years at this college where you're going to make friendships and relationships that may last you your entire life. You're going to make memories that you tell your kids. You're going to be young with very few responsibilities, and you're going to want to take advantage of that. Choose a college where maybe you have more of that opportunity, bro. Because, of course, University of Chicago is going to get you very far in life, career-wise, most likely. But there's obviously trade-offs. You're going to lose a lot of that youth factor, that ability to just do whatever you want to without many responsibilities. Like, wake up at 11 a.m. with a girl in your bed and just play Fortnite for the rest of the day, except for the 1 hour where you have class and the 1 hour where you maybe have to do some P-sets. You're going to want to enjoy being young, bro. And maybe you'll make a couple $100,000 less dollars than your counterparties working their ass off. But so what if by the time you guys are both retired, they have like $1 million more than you? What are they going to fucking do with that extra $1 million now that they're 80 years old? Pay for a nicer retirement home? Like, they're not going to be able to have the same fun that you did when you were 19 years old, you know? Or 21 years old when you can actually go to the club legally. If you get what I'm saying. I just wish I could find that at the college I go to. I considered transferring. I don't know. This is not as good as video as the 30-minute video I recorded earlier, but I guess this will at least have audio, so whatever. Yeah, dude, whatever. I'm tired. I'm just gonna go play GTA or go to bed or something, but hopefully this, like, elaborates on the situation enough, bro. And Peter, fuck you if you're watching this video. I know you're not, but genuinely, bro, come suck my fucking penis, bro. All I'm saying. Alright, YouTube, I'll see you tomorrow when I actually record a good quality video. Bye-bye.